Hello people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today let's talk about things you and your boyfriend or you and your girlfriend need to consider or put into consideration before tying the knot. Don't forget to like, to share my video and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So the first one is your blood group and genotype. It is very important for you guys to know each other's blood group and genotype in order to avoid giving birth to a sequela. If you know that you are an SS patient, it is always advisable for you to go for someone that is AA. That is why it is always good for everybody to know their genotype or and blood group too. Number two is family history. You know, in some families, there are some families that has a lot of health issues. You will hear things like, oh, in that family, madness runs in that family, or in that family, they are fond of beating their wives, or that family, they always find it difficult to impregnate their wives. You will hear things like, their previous wives before you came in, they are yet to get pregnant. It is not as if those wives are the ones at fault. It is because their husbands couldn't get them pregnant, which is something that runs in the family lineage, family history. There are so many families that has a lot of problems, both spiritual battles and all that. Aside that, there are some families that has a lot of spiritual stuff. You will hear things like, if the wife sleep with so person, the person will go mad and all sort of things. I don't have any problem against their cultural beliefs and all that, but I'm just pointing it out for you to know. That is why it is always advisable for you to make inquiries and be able to find out if it is something that you as a human being, as a wife to be or husband to be, can cope with. There are some families you hear things like, oh, all the women in this family, they always give birth via vaginal delivery. So they always see cesarean section as an abomination. So you can imagine you now, you are in labor and the baby is not, you are not dilating. And the only option you have in order to save your life and that of the baby is cesarean section. Then the family of your husband will be like, no, we don't use CX in our family. It does not run in our family. No, you have to push. And that is how you will end up dying there, because the tradition or custom in your husband's family permits you from giving birth to cesarean section. So have you seen the reason why it is always advisable for people to shake each other's family history? Can you be able to cope with their customs and tradition? The illness that runs in the family, can you be able to go through with it? Like when it ends up happening in your own family, can you be able to endure? It is also advisable to know so that you guys can start early to do whatever it takes to prevent such from happening in your own family. Like there are some families that has diabetes, rheumatism, and all sort of diseases. If you have such knowledge, that will enable you guys to plan your meals well, to be physically active and do things that will enable you guys to prevent such from happening or running in your own family. So that is why knowing each other's family history is very important. Then the third one is communication. When you guys need to communicate to find out if you guys share the same values and principles or life goals, because there are some situations whereby you will see men that will go and marry women that are hustlers, women that love to work hard and make their own money and turn them into housewives. So that is why you need to discuss this with your guy. If you are the type that doesn't fancy being a housewife, let him know. That is why communication matters. So that it won't be tomorrow he will not tell you to resign from your work and sit at home and look after the kids. That same thing goes to those that believes in 50-50. If you're not a fan of 50-50, you guys have to discuss finance. That will enable you guys know how to run your home and plan it earlier. Though there are some people that will do plan all these things and after getting married, the man will still change his mind. but it is still better for you to know where you stand. Tell him things you can do and things you can't do. Discuss everything and plan it well. So it is very important to be sure you guys are compatible, so that by God's grace, you guys will end up working towards achieving a particular goal, which is a healthy, peaceful marriage. Don't forget to like my videos, to share, and to subscribe. See you guys next time.